Well, I'm sort of depressed now. I mean, I got used. I got used big time. It really pisses me off, to think about it. But here's proof. I went and worked on 3 houses. SunBelt Custom Homes. A man named Carlton hired me. I talked to Johnny, this other guy, and he's one that had me meet him on the job, but I signed with Carlton. Right here. That's my check stub receipt on my bank account. There it is. I don't know if you can see that. Just get it right down on there. SunBelt Custom Homes LLC. There's a date, $534. Absolutely nothing else there. No information. I promised 10% off of each home, and the one home that I started on paid $2,300. That was the man with the golf course. Yeah. It's out there off of Woodbine Road somewhere. And the second house was another one that was over about 9 Mile somewhere. So I've got the addresses, in the GPS right here. And that one was wood, and we got talking on that one, and said all the houses pay the same, so that would be another $2,300. And then he said that there was each gable that we do was $300, and that one had 2 gables on it, so that's another $600. Yeah. And then this last guy that I went and did a Texas on Friday, finishing up, that $2,300 plus a door I put in a whole unit. You seen the door I took out, this whole week he'd been telling me about a side job, to pay cash on. And Friday I just told him, I said, look, I can't, I got to get home and get my bills paid. They're shutting my power and everything off. I'll help you Saturday. Well, we didn't work Saturday. I called early Saturday morning. It was probably about 5:30, asking for an address. And he called me back and said, no, we're not going to go out there. They're talking about rain. It didn't rain none at all here. He waited till about 6, 7 o'clock, started storming somewhere around that time, Saturday. So I got up early this morning and I said, well, if we don't have any other houses or anything like that, I'll just call and tell him I need to work on that cash job. And I did. I called him up and I said, look, and he left a message on his answer machine. I really need to work on the cash paying job because I'm broke. I spent all that money that I got just paying utilities, and I did. Well, I need food and gas to make it through the rest of the week. And I told him I didn't want to work with the other guy because the other guy, he tells me everything to do, and I don't need somebody to tell me everything to do. This dumbass shoots himself in the arm with a nail gun, and I really want to do that. I just told him, I said, I'd rather work and do the job myself and get both paychecks because I end up doing all the work anyway. I did. And then he called me back and he just, he fired me. Told me that he was the boss and that he'd make the decision when we go do side jobs and cash jobs, and if he's going to pay me cash or write me a check. And I'm like, well, man, that's not what you've been telling me. And then on that Friday, he told me that he was pushing to get me 12% out of SunBelt, is what he told me. Yeah, and that made me work even harder because Thursday I worked with 6:30, I believe it was, on that house. And I even talked to that man. They come out there and looking at me. I had Angela making me a sandwich, and Angela, she works. She's right there with me. I'm taking this stuff down and handing it to her, and she's numbering it and stacking it, and we're just going right around the building. And then when I get a section done, I'll go back across that section and put her hurricane clips on. And then when I get ready to, when I'm done, I climb down and she helps me move the ladders and everything around. We outworked, me and her outworked 2 grown men. And that's a fact. On 3 houses. And that's a fact. Yes, sir. And what it is I put that door in and it looks so damn good. He knows that he can't beat my work. And he fired me. He just had to come up with some sort of stupid excuse. Fire me. Because see, he told me he's been with this company for 16 years. The SunBelt. Now, you know, so I know that they're hearing nothing but bad stuff about me, like I'm crazy and shit. But now, if it wasn't for me and if it wasn't for Angela, we wouldn't have got 3 houses done. That other boy, he was first day, he didn't show up till 11 o'clock, and then when 12 o'clock come around, me and Angela took off to go get lunch. He took off, you know. And then, as a matter of fact, Johnny come out to the job and looked at it and seen how much I'd done, and he pulled me off the job and said, "Look, we're doing piecework. You've done enough." And I was like, well, man, I'm doing everything I can just to get my piece. You know, if I had to do the whole house just to get my piece, that's what's going to happen. And that's how hard I worked. Angela, she was right there with me working. And we did them people a good job. And when I even talked to the inspectors, I asked the inspectors, I said, look, how in the world do you want me to put these on? Is there a wrong way to put these on? Because there's some of these that I can't get my hands up in there, and boy, it did. It eat my hands up. I'm not kidding you. I mean, they are just eat up from it. I used every one of my tools except for a palm nailer. That's it. I did that guy, the Texan, I did him a good job on that door. It just looked like that thing grew there, you know. And Johnny telling me, you know, it's right then saying, you know, I ought to stick with the company. That he's been telling them good things about me, you know. And then turn around and me telling him I need some cash, I need to work on something where I can make cash, and then fire me? What? I've never in my life ever been fired before. Never. Never. I've walked off a few jobs because I just pissed off about it because I couldn't stand it, but I have never ever been fired. And it just pissed me off, you know. Now here we are, we struggling again. So I just got on there and left me a few ads on Craigslist myself, and then I'm warning a few people that decide to go to work for SunBelt Custom Homes. What they're going to be dealing with is the lead guy named Johnny. Been with him for 16 years is what he says, and he's only been doing this for 2 weeks, putting these hurricane clips on. He's actually, and then he really don't even install them. No, I did the installing. And that other guy, that other dumbass, I mean, man, somebody cry all day long about your boss being gone. I care less, you know. I'm there to work. I'm there to get my job done. And when I'm done, I would either like to go to another job and get another job going, or I'm going to go home. I can't tote 3 men. You know, I'm doing the work of 2 already. And that's no joke. You ask that Texan. You go over there to them people's house over there and you ask that man and that woman. They'll tell you. And as a matter of fact, they gave Angela a plant. They were impressed. And the man was impressed and invited her into the house and showed her his bathroom. Now, is that not cool? That is cool. And that's really cool stuff. That means that tells us these people are looking at us. We're working really hard for them. And the other man with the garden boy, he come out there and said real quick, here, no, drink some of this water, and brought a big thing of water. And this after I done 3/4 of the house, and then Johnny shows up and says, leave. And they even left my air hoses for him to keep going on. You know, I said, all right, go ahead, you just keep going on. I'm going home. I'll call you tomorrow. And I made the trade for my truck. I told him I needed to get that truck. I made a trade for that truck, and that truck went to work. I did a lot of it illegally. I mean, and I'm illegal, but I wanted to go to work. I wanted work. And I still want work. Now, you folks, if you've got something out there you want done, I can do it. And I'm really good at it. This is not my house. This man's letting me stay here to fix this house. And I don't have money to fix this house. He's got an orchard that needs fixing. Oh my God. Y'all just wouldn't believe. I mean, life has been downhill. But I do real good work. And my woman, she worked right there beside me. And she'll make sure that I've got something to drink, something to eat, and she keep me busy. Because that's how bad we need money. And we don't walk away from a job. We want it. That's all I know. I mean, SunBelt Custom Homes, they stuck it to me. They screwed me. They took 15% out of my check. And you seen that. It was $2,300. Should have worked out to $690. That's 10% of each job. And if they all pay the same. And then $300 per gable, that's another $600. So I would have got another 10% of that, or no, I would have got the thirds of that, because that was kicked in, so that would have been another $200. I should have had $800, and they cut 15% out of my check, and didn't write none of this down, didn't itemize anything, any of the material or anything like that, and this is what I'm told verbally, and I got $534. And that's me driving my gas, working all my tools, and busting my ass to do 2 other men's job too, and my woman helping. It's crazy, ain't it? You can't get ahead, and you have to live like this just to have something to put over your head because of the way people treat you. If you're an honest person and go to work and want to work. So I need work because I need to put a tag. I need to register that with my title and my tag. I traded a $4,500 machine for that truck. I want that truck to go to work, start making me money. I mean, come on. Everybody gets up and works a 9-to-5 job, right? I'll work a 7-to-7 job if I have to. Man, how come have coffee with you? There you go. I like dinner too. I know how to cook. So I can even do that while I work. I can cook your dinner, make you coffee, and build your house for you, or fix anything you got going on. Just share a little bit. How's that? Huh? Now look, I ain't kidding you. I'm snowed under with just umpteen tools and a wealth of knowledge of how to get everything done. And I've been broke down to nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I've been living in a man's home that he's letting me live in if I can get it fixed. I've done a pretty good job on the outside. I cut a bush and a house popped out. That's the truth. It just pisses me off. That's the way it went for me. SunBelt Custom Homes LLC. Y'all remember that now. They'll screw you in a heartbeat. I ain't happy. I ain't happy at all. Bye. Peace, y'all. Enjoy.